Now for something fun. We're going to start moving into some more advanced topics now. One of the really powerful aspects of CATIA are power copies. We've modeled one level. We've put those walls and doors in a level 4 geometrical set. We're going to power copy that level. So we're going to power copy all those walls and doors. When you select the geometrical set and you say power copy selection, it's going to ask you what inputs you want to use. If you say use identical names, it's going to find the identical names that you used, and so those need to come from the reference geometry that you extracted from the floor plan. And all you need to do is replace the top and bottom slabs. When you replace those top and bottom slabs, you see that all of the geometry is going to jump basically from the initial planes up to the next set of planes that you're inputting. And because we have our automatic update activated, CATIA is going to automatically update the walls and doors to that new plane level location. In this case, I forgot to specify the location every time I instantiated a new geometrical set. And so I need to move them around in the tree a little bit and then update their name. I'll rename them level 5, level 6, level 7 by changing the feature name property of the geometrical set. Now I'd like to show you another option to duplicate a geometrical set. We're going to perform a similar sequence of modeling operations that we did earlier when we were modeling the volume massing for the slabs in the envelope. As we're going to take one of these geometrical sets, we're going to copy it, we're going to paste it, and then we're going to edit the inputs to the pasted geometrical set to change the plane inputs so that it will be one level above the copy-pasted level set. Again, this is such a super powerful shortcut. I needed to show it again. Let's go here. Let's right-click copy. Let's paste it into this geometrical set. And again, it's going to be identical. We'll change the name. We'll call this level 8. And now right-click object, edit inputs. We see this is the same dialog box that we had with the power copy insert. And now we can set different planes. We can replace the planes from level 7, level 8 to level 8, level 9, and all of our geometry is going to jump. In this case now, though, we do need to run an update because the edit inputs doesn't always trigger an update. So we'll just right click and launch the update, and everything gets repositioned relative to the correct input geometry. I hope you agree power copies are a pretty beautiful component in CATIA, and they work on just about every feature you can model. So not just these walls and doors, but surfaces, wireframes, and solids as well. Similar to doors, let's model some windows. The window button is actually hidden underneath the door button, so if you can't find it right away, go to Building 3D Design, and in the little down arrow next to the door button, you'll find windows. We'll make some space, we'll hide some geometry so that it's easy to see what we're working on. We'll go into our interior 3D shape, we'll add a new geometrical set in level 8 and we'll call this windows. And now again, like I said, underneath doors you'll find windows. Let's click on the window button and the dialog box is going to look nearly identical to doors with the exception of one additional control field, and that is sill height and the vertical alignment. You see we have lots of different types, 4 in particular. We're going to set this to casement double. And again, then similar to doors, the way you position these is relative to the edge, relative to the center, and you can make these open in, open out, depending on the wall side, input parameter, and depending on the window, if it opens to the right or opens to the left. We see the sill height can be manipulated interactively in 3D. You've got a nice little ruler to help you snap to round values. And when you're done, click OK. That'll commit the window. Let's create a second one. We'll position this one relative to the initial first window, and then we can drag it. This one's being positioned at the center of the window frame. You can change that, so we'll position it from the right-hand side, and then we'll get it roughly to where we want it to be before we change the value in the dialog box to set it to a nice round number. The window is automatically going to punch a hole in the wall, identical to what happens with the door, and that hole is actually an opening feature. So the window automatically impacts the wall by creating an opening feature. We'll place a couple of more windows. Again, we'll place those windows relative. We'll place a fourth window relative to the third window, set the parameter location, and we'll leave it at that. Similar to doors, and as is the case, you will see with walls, these windows can support object types and change level of development to take your model from a concept level of design to a very high level of detail design model for construction.